Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. Today we talk about the knee-jerk reaction for Game Week 7. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Also look out for some other Game Week 7 content that will be coming your way shortly, and with that being said, let's jump into the video. So in today's video, we're going to have a look over the most transferred in and transferred out players so far this game week, and give you guys a recommendation as to whether or not you should go with the crowd and bring these players into your teams or release them from your squads. So first of all, let's have a look at the top transfers in this game week, beginning with Trippier. He is the most popular player to join the squads ahead of Game Week 7, as he's already seen 126,000 managers move him in. This comes as a result of his 8 points in Game Week 6, as he picked up a clean sheet at home to Crystal Palace, which did accompany with 2 bonus points. As a result, Trippier's ownership has already climbed above 30%, and his price is expected to rise even more in the coming days, and he's already seen a one price rise up to 5.2 million. For me, he is a very good transfer into the squads, as Newcastle have an excellent run of fixtures over the next 4 or 5 game weeks, and Trippier's underlying stats for this game week were very impressive. Looking at his next 4 fixtures, Newcastle face West Ham, Bournemouth, Fulham and Brentford, so definitely a great opportunity for them to build on their 3 clean sheets that they've got so far this season. Let's now take a look at Toney, who is the second most popular player to come into the squads ahead of Game Week 7, after he put up 17 points in Game Week 6. This came about as Toney got himself a hat-trick at home to Leeds in their very impressive 5-2 win, as he was once again very immense. This now does bring his tally up to 5 goals and 2 assists across the season, making him one of the highest scoring forwards in FPL so far. Also, not only is he the second highest scoring forward, he is also the second highest scoring player in FPL, only behind Erling Haaland. I've really liked the positions that he's getting into, and I think he's going to be able to continue this form, as Brentford have an excellent extended fixture run coming up. Brentford face Southampton, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Newcastle and Brighton as the next 5 fixtures, and actually from now until Game Week 15, Brentford only have 1 match with an FTI rating of over 3. So for a player that's only blanked twice this season, he definitely is an excellent value pick at just £7.1 million, and probably a good option to hop onto as well if you're looking for those price changes, as I'm sure his price will rise quite a bit over the coming game weeks. Pascal Gross is the 3rd most popular player to come into the Game Week 7 squads, despite not yet playing in Game Week 6. Pascal Gross is such a nice value pick in midfield, as at just £6 million currently, he's put up 37 points across his first 5 matches, which does make him the 3rd highest scoring midfielder. He actually is only 1 point behind Salah and Rodrigo, who are both on 38, being the tied top scoring midfielders, and with Brighton's really good fixture run, I would expect Gross to continue his great start to the campaign. Gross has put up 3 goals and 1 assist so far, and with the fixtures of Leicester, Bournemouth and Crystal Palace as his next 3 opponents, he definitely is a very good short-term punt before managers look for a wildcard in Game Week 9 and onwards. Furthermore, I would expect his price to rise once again up to 6.1 fairly shortly, so he's definitely one to consider if you wanted to build that team value up. Progressing on to the top transfers out now, Rodrigo is the most popular player to depart the squads, as he's nearly seen 150,000 managers move him out. Of course, Rodrigo did pick up that shoulder injury in Game Week 5 and did miss his Game Week 6 match, and isn't actually expected back until the 2nd of October. This does see him miss his Game Week 7 match against Nottingham Forest at home, as well as Game Week 8 against Manchester United, before he returns in Game Week 9. So for me, he's one that has to be transferred out from the squads, as I would expect his price to decrease from £6.4 million, as he's set to miss his Game Week 7 and Game Week 8 match against Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. Mo Salah is surprisingly one of the more transferred out players this game week, with 113,000 managers moving him out. This is actually the 2nd week in a row that he's been in the top 3 transfers out, as he has definitely been a bit frustrating so far, not getting as many returns as managers would have liked. For a player of £13 million, you definitely do expect big things. He has put up 2 goals and 3 assists so far though, but he has actually blanked in 2 out of his last 3 games. Salah's underlying stats have dropped off slightly in the last couple of game weeks, only managing a handful of shots in the last 2 game weeks for Liverpool, but for me he's still a one to hold on to, as in Game Week 7 he's got a great fixture of Wolves at home. Wolves have definitely been a side that's struggled so far this season, and hopefully in front of that Anfield crowd, Salah can rise to the occasion and get back on the score sheet. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the 2nd Liverpool player to feature on the most sold players this week, as he's nearly seen 100,000 managers transfer him out. It was incredibly frustrating to see Trent get subbed off in the 59th minute for Liverpool in their match against Everton, as he was just 2 minutes away from getting a clean sheet XG points. For me though, he's still a strong hold option, as despite frustrating so far with just the 24 points across the first 6 game weeks, he's still got a great fixture in game week 7 of Wolves at home. Wolves are a side that have struggled offensively so far this season, so I do think Liverpool will record a clean sheet in this game, as Wolves just don't score too many goals, and Liverpool's defence is probably strong enough to keep Wolves out. So with these most popular transfers in mind, let's have a look at our Game Week 7 transfer watch list. The first one here is Wilfried Zaha, as despite not recording any returns in Game Week 6, I really like his upcoming fixtures for Crystal Palace, as he could be a great mid-price midfielder option. Despite a quiet week last week, he still has the 5th highest expected FPL points out of any midfielder, with 31.42. Furthermore, his XG amongst midfielders actually ranks first, as he's taken on 15 shots, 8 of which have been on target. He does have a decent attempted assist stat of 7 as well, giving him an XA of 0.78, so with his decent fixtures coming up, especially with Manchester United at home, who he typically does perform well against, he's definitely one to look out for. Pascal Gross, despite not playing Game Week 6, has to remain on the watch list, as he is one of the more transferred in players coming into Game Week 7, and has a very strong next 3 fixtures. With Leicester, Bournemouth and Crystal Palace as his next 3, I'm sure he's going to be able to build on his 37 points so far, as he's already contributed 4 attacking returns for Brighton, with 3 goals and 1 assist. Alexander Mitrovic has to be on the watch list, as he scored once again in 4 consecutive games now, making it 6 goals on the season for Fulham. He's getting into some great positions for them, and outside of Chelsea at home in Game Week 7, Fulham have an excellent fixture run in the long term. In fact, from now until Game Week 14, Chelsea is Fulham's only match with an FDO rating of over 3, so definitely one to consider at just £6.8 million at the moment. Kieran Trippier is the most transferred in player this week, and for good reason, as he goes on the watch list after picking up another 8 points in Game Week 6. Trippier's got excellent fixtures coming up, with West Ham, Bournemouth, Fulham and Brentford as his next 4 opponents, and his underlying stats were very good this game week, attempting the most assists out of any player with 6. As a result, his 11 attempted assists this season do rank second amongst all defenders, only behind Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he's got a very promising expected assist stat as well. Ivan Toney has to remain on the watch list after he picked up a hat-trick in his most recent game, punishing the players that did sell him from their squads. Despite blanking in the previous 2 game weeks before this haul, he was looking very impressive with great underlying stats, and he could prove to be a superb forward option, as Brentford have some excellent fixtures upcoming. He's got Southampton, Arsenal, Bournemouth, Newcastle and Brighton in his next 5, and I would expect Toney to continue to be one of the highest scoring players in FPL, as his 45 points does rank second only behind Haaland. Toney actually has the 4th highest XG out of any player, only behind Haaland, Mitrovic and Kane with 3.26, so definitely a great option to jump on right now. And the last pick on the watch list is Benjamin Chilwell, as he got himself 10 points in Game Week 6, as despite not starting, actually got a goal and an assist for Chelsea. Chelsea faces Fulham away next week, and he could probably get a start in this game after a superb performance in Game Week 6, and he should pretty much be back to full match fitness now. Thanks for watching today's video. If you guys want to become a channel member, then click the join button down below and get featured on the members board at the end of the videos, just like Philip Ash here. Also, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to show support for the channel, and click the notification bell. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.